A very good morning to all of you. You're watching Breakfast News. My name is Aditi Nagpal Girotra. Let's get the news rolling with the headlines first. Voting underway in Jharkhand for 20 assembly seats in second phase, 260 candidates in the fray, including stalwarts like CM Raghuvar Das. Prime Minister appeals to people to vote in large numbers. Battling severe burn injuries, Unna rape victim passes away at Delhi's Safdarjung Hospital. Centre writes to states and union territories to ensure safety of women. More than 1,000 fast-track courts to be set up for speedy trial of rape and POSCO cases. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu expresses concern over atrocities against women, calls for collective efforts to restore Indian culture of respecting women, also asks police to provide prompt response of complaints. Nationwide GST stakeholder feedback Divas being observed today to promote digital transactions. RBI makes NEFT transactions available 24/7 from 16th December. Saluting the courage of armed forces, Prime Minister Modi extends wishes on Armed Forces Flag Day, urges citizens to contribute towards welfare of Indian forces. Vice President extends wishes to the forces. The second phase of polling commenced in the morning today for 20 constituencies in Jharkhand. The voting commenced at 7 a.m. amidst a tight security arrangement. While the voting exercise in 18 seats will end at 3 p.m., voters in Jamshedpur East and Jamshedpur West constituencies will vote till 5 p.m. Out of a total of 6,066 polling stations, 949 have been declared critical and 762 sensitive in Naxal-affected areas. According to the Election Commission, 101 polling stations have been relocated due to security reasons, and free transport facility has been arranged for voters to reach these stations to exercise their franchise. Webcasting facilities has been made available at 1,662 polling stations. Out of the total polling stations, there are 337 model polling stations and 94 polling stations will be overseen by women polling personnel. A total of 48,25,038 voters, including 23,93,437 female and 93rd gender voters, are eligible to vote to decide the fate of 260 candidates, including 29 women nominees and 73 independents. More than 42,000 security personnel, including central forces, have been deployed on the 20 seats spread across 7 districts. The rest of the 3 phases will be held on 12th, 16th and 20th of December. Counting will take place on 23rd of December. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted, urging voters to come out in large numbers to exercise their franchise. Bureau Chief Pradeep Singh is on phone line with us. Let's understand how are the preparations around the polling booths in Jharkhand. Pradeep ji, voting is underway in 20 constituencies in second phase assembly elections in Jharkhand. What are the preparations like for the safety of people over there?
देखिए अदिति, लगभग 100 से ज्यादा ऐसे सेंसिटिव बूथ्स हैं जहां हेलीकॉप्टर से जो पोलिंग के लिए स्टाफ जा रहे हैं उनको हेली ड्रॉपिंग की गई है। इसके अलावा लगभग 100 से ज्यादा कंपनियां इन इलाकों में तैनात हैं। कई स्टेट फोर्सेज आई हैं, पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेज को डिप्लॉय किया गया है और ये जो पूरा इलाका है ये नक्सल प्रोन इलाका है। तो और इससे होते हुए जो है वो नेशनल हाईवेज भी गुजरती हैं और घना जंगल का ये डेंस फॉरेस्ट का इलाका है। तो कहीं ना कहीं से 3 लेवल पे चैलेंज है सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस का और कि उसको कम से कम इंटेंसिफाई करना है। जो नक्सल हैं उनको पीछे ढकेल कर रखना है और लगातार इन इलाकों में लॉन्ग रेंज पेट्रोलिंग चल रही है, पुलिस की हाईवेज पे चेकिंग चल रही है और इसके अलावा जो बूथ्स हैं वहाँ बहुत जो है वो दमदार तरीके से फोर्सेस का डिप्लॉयमेंट किया गया है। तो इस आधार पर अभी तक जो है वो कहीं से किसी प्रकार की अप्रिय घटना की सूचना नहीं है। बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में लोग जो है वो रूरल एरियाज में, नक्सल प्रोन एरियाज में लोग वोट कास्ट करने के लिए आ रहे हैं बूथ्स पे, और शहरों में भी लोग निकल रहे हैं। तो और ये जो 20 सीटों का जो ये मतदान है, ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। झारखंड में जो सत्ता का जो द्वार खोलेगा एक तरीके से, वो ये इलाके महत्वपूर्ण होंगे। और यहाँ कई बड़े प्रत्याशी जो हैं वो कद्दावर चेहरे जो हैं वो चुनाव मैदान में है। खुद मुख्यमंत्री रघुवर दास चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं जमशेदपुर पूर्वी से, भाजपा के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष हैं, स्पीकर हैं, दो मिनिस्टर्स हैं। तो ये काफी इंटरेस्टिंग जो है ये चुनाव हो रहा है। और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है उसने अपने स्तर से पुख्ता तैयारी की है। जी अदिति।
जी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया प्रदीप जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ऑल दैट information. The government has said it is trying to set up a fully computerized intellectual property rights office in the country, which is similar to the US model where everything is done online. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal told Rajya Sabha on Friday that the government has brought a lot of sanity to the working of 8 areas of IPR, be it patent, copyright or trademark. On protection of traditional knowledge under India's IPR policy, Goyal said it is not only related to traditional medicine but also traditional cultural expression.
The IPR policy very clearly says that this is something which is very intrinsic to India. It's our culture, it's our heritage, it's our tradition, it's our wealth, our national wealth. And I'm happy to share with the honourable member through you, sir, that the 3.6 lakh formulations which were a part of our traditional knowledge have now been made available to 13 patent offices all over the world, due to which we were able to save about 236 cases which would otherwise have got patented somewhere else. They were able to deny that patent in different geographies because of this effort to make the world aware that India has a lot of traditional knowledge.
The rape victim from Uttar Pradesh's Unna district passed away on Friday night. Dr. Shalabh Kumar, head of burn and plastic surgery at the Safdarjung Hospital, informed that despite our best efforts, she did not survive. Her condition deteriorated towards the evening. She had a cardiac arrest around 11:10 p.m. We tried to revive her, but she passed away around 11:40 p.m. The Unna rape victim was set afire by 5 men, including her 2 alleged rapists, on Thursday morning when she was going to Raebareli to attend a court hearing in the rape case filed by her. She had suffered more than 90% burns and was airlifted to Delhi after being shifted from a local hospital to Lucknow. The Delhi Traffic Police had provided a green corridor for hindrance-free movement of the ambulance carrying her from the airport to the hospital. All the 5 men involved in the Thursday morning attack were arrested within the hours of the crime. All 4 accused in the Hyderabad rape and murder case of veterinarian doctor were shot dead by the Telangana police in the early hours of Friday. The accused were reportedly taken to Chattapalli post midnight in an attempt to recreate the crime scene. Then police claimed they were all shot dead while they were allegedly trying to escape after attacking the police. The police claimed that they fired in self-defense and killed all 4 on the spot. Reportedly, 2 policemen were also injured in the incident.
On 2nd, we petitioned the judicial magistrate to give us the police custody. So, getting the orders of the police custody, we got all the 4 accused from Cherlapalli jail on 4th. And 4th and 5th, we interrogated and examined all these accused. Basing on their confession, we came here to this place to recover the victim's cell phone and other objects. So as the party approached this area today early hours, all the 4 accused got together. They started attacking the police party with stones, sticks and other materials. And also they snatched away weapons from our 2 officers and started firing. So even though our officers maintained restraint and asked them to surrender, but without listening to us, they continued to fire and continued to attack us. So again our people started in retaliation. In that retaliation, the 4 accused got killed, and when we examined after the lull, we could find that all these bodies were with bullet injuries. So in this firing also, 2 of our police officers also got injured, head injury and other grievous injuries.
Chattapalli is also the place which is around 30 kilometers from Hyderabad, where the accused had allegedly raped and burnt the body of the 27-year-old veterinary doctor on 27th November. The accused were arrested on 29th November and were remanded to police custody. Meanwhile, the Telangana High Court on Friday directed the state government to preserve the bodies of 4 accused in the rape and murder of a young veterinarian till 8 p.m. on 9th December. The High Court gave the order in this regard, requesting judicial intervention into the system, alleging it was an extrajudicial killing. The National Human Rights Commission has decided to take suo motu cognizance of the same. It also passed orders for a spot inquiry by its investigation team. The centre has asked all states to take every possible step for the security of women. Union Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bhalla said this in a letter to Chief Secretaries of all states. He underscored that safety of women and girls is a high priority for the government. While the government has taken steps to strengthen legislative provisions to deal with such offences in a stringent manner for effective deterrence, it is imperative that the police is easily accessible and is able to deal with any complaint on crime against women in a timely and proactive manner. The advisory said it is necessary to ensure that police personnel are much more responsive and sensitive in handling complaints of crimes against women and girls. The central government on Friday informed the Parliament that the government is expeditiously working on a plan to have 1,023 fast-track courts across the country for speedy disposal of rape cases, including that of minors. Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani gave this information in a written reply. The scheme would cost Rs 767.25 crore to state and central governments. The minister told the Parliament that the central government would contribute Rs 474 crore to set up the special courts under the scheme. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has expressed concern on the growing crimes against women in the country. He was speaking at the 94th Foundation course of AIS and CCS officers in Dr. Mary Chenna Reddy HRD Institute in Hyderabad on Friday. Naidu added that there was no need for a new bill to curb the crimes against women, but there is a need for change in mindset of the people. He stressed on the effective action by the enforcing agencies like registration of cases, effective investigation, immediate prosecution and speedy trial leading to justice of victims. The Vice President felt that fear of law has diluted among the minds of people, thus leading to such crimes, and technology also is making people perverted.
The entire society, the polity of the country, the legislatures of the country, the systems of the government and the society must understand the erosion of values, and we must all get wedded again back to values and also start respecting the law and then fear the law. And the enforcing agencies, they have a greater responsibility to immediately act, quickly act. Some of you are going to get into police service. It's not only police that are this. There are issues, even in forest, even in academic service, even in railways. There are problems, there are grievances, there are certain grave mistakes committed, are likely to be committed. And with the advent of knowledge and technology, the more perversion of violation of the laws is taking place. So we have to be prompt to respond to the grievances and complaints of the people.
With this, we'll halt in for a quick breather, but we'll be back soon. Stay tuned with us.
arisen from a multi-hued cultural canvas. Tradition and cultural fervour dating back centuries. And encircling them all, there's a magic that awes. Embrace your nation's brilliant human warmth. Watch Colours of India, Sundays at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Delhi for centuries has nurtured many kingdoms and rulers. These kingdoms have left us several significant monuments with an incredible history to tell. Among these monuments is one which is in the midst of posh bungalows in Hauz Khas area, the Chor Minar. Built under the rule of Alauddin Khilji, telling a statement of his rule, is believed to have stood out as a deterrent for thieves and thugs who attempted to venture in his kingdom. Built in 13th century, the pillar is made of rubble masonry and stands at the center of a platform. Each of the four sides of the platform has three arched recesses with a doorway on one side leading to a spiral staircase. The pillar, also believed to be known as the Tower of Thieves, was used to display the severed heads of the thieves and thugs through its 225 holes.
Welcome back. You're still with us on Breakfast News. Nationwide GST stakeholder feedback Divas for new GST returns is being observed today. The event, being organized by Central GST and State GST authorities, aims to get an on-the-spot response to new GST returns to be introduced from the 1st of April 2020. Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs Chairman Pranab Kumar Das said the focus will be on assessing the ease of compliance and uploading of these new returns. Last month, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had invited some GST taxpayers, chartered accountants and tax practitioners to assess first-hand response to the various GST returns, especially the new returns to be introduced. In a bid to promote digital transactions, Reserve Bank has said that round-the-clock transactions will be allowed under the National Electronic Funds Transfer or NEFT system from 16th of December. RBI said that the 24/7 NEFT system will be available on all days of the year, including holidays. NEFT transactions are settled in hourly batches. For weekdays, the batches are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. On first and third Saturdays, the settlement happens from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And now let's talk about environment and climate change. India is the fifth most vulnerable country when it comes to climate change, as per the Global Climate Risk Index 2020, released by environmental think tank German Watch. Japan topped the list, followed by Philippines and Germany. India fell from 15th rank of countries hit by climate change-induced weather phenomena in 2017. The country recorded the highest number of deaths due to climate change and the second highest monetary losses in 2018. The report says India's increasing vulnerability is due to severe rainfall, heavy flooding and landslides that claimed hundreds of lives across the country. Industrialized countries like Japan and Germany were hit hardest by heat waves and severe drought, while Philippines was hit by the most powerful typhoon recorded worldwide in 2018. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Saturday extended their wishes to the Indian forces on the occasion of Armed Forces Flag Day. The Armed Forces Flag Day is observed every year on 7th December since 1949 in honor of soldiers and sailors who fought on the borders to keep the country safe. On this day, funds are collected for the welfare of war widows, children of those killed in action, war-disabled soldiers and ex-servicemen. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu also extended his wishes to the Indian forces on the occasion of Armed Forces Flag Day. PM Modi took to Twitter and shared a video of the Indian forces personnel featuring officers saving other people, marching with the troop, getting honored with awards, etc.
7 दिसंबर को आर्म फोर्सेस फ्लैग डे मनाया जाता है। ये वो दिन है जब हम अपने वीर सैनिकों को, उनके पराक्रम को, उनके बलिदान को याद तो करते ही हैं, लेकिन योगदान भी करते हैं। सिर्फ सम्मान का भाव इतने से बात चलती नहीं है, सहभाग भी जरूरी होता है। और 7 दिसंबर को हर नागरिक को आगे आना चाहिए।
India beat West Indies by 6 wickets in the first match of 3-match 2020 series against West Indies played at Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium in Hyderabad last night. Chasing a total of 207 runs, India made 209 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in 18.4 overs. Skipper Virat Kohli scored 94, while KL Rahul amassed 62 runs. Virat Kohli was adjudged player of the match for his unbeaten knock. For West Indies, Khari Pierre took 2 wickets. Earlier put into bat, the West Indies scored 207 runs in the stipulated 20 overs, losing 5 wickets. India took a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. The second 2020 international will be played in Thiruvananthapuram tomorrow. On 6th day of 13th South Asian Games in Kathmandu, India tops the chart with a total of 173 medals, including 85 gold, 61 silver and 27 bronze medals. Indian athletes clinched 49 medals, comprising 23 golds, 20 silvers and 6 bronzes. In men's shot put, the Hinderpal Singh won the gold medal by throwing the ball 20.03 meters far, setting a new South Asian Games record. In the women's shot put, Aba Khatwa registered gold medal by throwing the ball 15.32 meters far. Nepal is on the second and Sri Lanka is on the third spot on the chart. And with this, it's a wrap on this edition of Breakfast News. Thank you so much for your time.